Guess where I am again. Hey guys, it is, well, I think it's still Monday for another hour. But yeah, it is still Monday, and I kind of missed yesterday and I missed most of today because I was rather busy. Yeah, luckily I'm feeling better too, for that matter. The last time I was down here, of course, I was feeling kind of sick. I was starting to get a cold or something, but feeling a lot better now, obviously. Still have a sore throat overnight, but it is awfully dry recently. But tomorrow is band practice, and there's a lot of exciting stuff going on with the band, that's for sure. We have, for anyone that's interested, and I'll probably be saying this a lot between now and April 17th, I think it is, that I'll be probably saying this a lot, but it is the Pipes and Sticks on Route 66. And what it is for anyone that's interested in bagpiping, drumming, Scottish culture, whatever, keep listening in. If not, then just move ahead if you want, because this is pretty much just exclusively bagpiping and drumming stuff. But anyway, there's 3 top pipers, a bass drummer, and a snare drummer that are all top-notch, the best of the best, really, that are coming across the United States on Route 66. It's called Pipes and Sticks on Route 66. And we, with Southwest Sky, of course, is what I mean by we managed to arrange for them to come and do at least a concert, if not maybe a workshop, on April 16th, 17th, is when they were saying about coming through this year. This isn't plans next year or anything. This is this year we're talking about. So I don't have any details yet. It's a rare opportunity, that's for sure. And I think it'll be a lot of fun, I think. It'll just be really neat to see these guys and maybe meet them. I mean, these are the names in the bagpiping world, if you know anything about bagpiping. Willie McCallum and John McCall, I think, is another one, if I'm butchering that name wrong. I don't know. But the big guys like that in the bagpiping world are coming to Flagstaff here, and we're hosting them. And that's just something that's just really cool to me, is that we're actually able to do that. We actually managed to score something. Everything comes to Phoenix, everything comes to Las Vegas, everything comes to LA. Nothing hardly ever comes to Flagstaff, except tonight was Gabriel Iglesias, and unfortunately I couldn't make that concert. I'm bummed about that one. So I think I'm just going to kind of knock out early and maybe get an actual nice night's sleep for a Tuesday class, especially since Tuesdays are really busy for me with the band practice and everything going on that day. And it is Tuesday. I remembered. I did remember. And I'm actually just about to go off to class anyway, but yeah, I did remember to record today, just a little bit at least, because this might be the only footage for today, I suppose. I'm off to class, but then I got band practice afterwards, distributing new band equipment. Yay, finally, it did come over the weekend, so got a lot of new stuff to hand out to people, both private and band equipment. So it's really exciting to have new equipment for the band. It's kind of a new lease on the band and everything, that, wow, new equipment, stuff like that. So it should be fun, just in time, too, for St. Patrick's Day Parade in Sedona on the 3rd of March. And that's, what, about a week and a half out, I guess. I really can't tell what that is out there. It's a pickup truck with streamer things on it, I think. That's really weird. I'm not the only one seeing this, right? It is in front of Riley Hall, though, naturally, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Okay. And back. And got out of class early, if you couldn't tell. Actually, I really can't. But yeah, I got out of class like half an hour early because the professor had to run down South Campus for a meeting. So we got let loose at 1:30 instead of 2. So I was appreciative of that, just because it is a Tuesday anyway. And I was kind of falling asleep anyway, because I didn't sleep as sound as I normally do. Uh-oh. Fire. Yeah, so apparently exciting day more than I realized. Got a page, like it said, at 141, or 149, sorry. So that makes it about 22 minutes ago. That got a fire call, and called Mom, and apparently, yeah, there is sort of a wildfire, grassland fire out there. But I'm not going to be rushing off at all because it sounds like it was starting to go out when she was listening to it on the scanner, that it was up there. Calling off any, hold on, updated breaking news. Calling off any additional personnel and engines now. Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought it was, but apparently from what I heard on the scanner, it was apparently a grassland flame that was either threatening or came from a couple structures, because they said it was moving away from it, I guess because the wind changed, but it's heading over in Government Mountain, I think is what it was, and they were reporting that it was starting to go out on its own. But it's kind of a sad realization there for this year that it is we're only February 21st, and we already have the risk of having wildfire, and having an active one for that matter, and it just snowed back on Thursday of last week or something like that, so it's really scary for this summer. Yep, so back from practice, and I was just making dinner. There's one course actually done, and it's all leftover stuff, and I had rice on Sunday, and I was just opening it up to have it. This is how bad our refrigerator is. Oh, come on, focus. That's all ice down. Yeah. That's all ice right there. That is amazing. And I had to put this whole lid, because it's got the little bit of a lip. I had to slam it on there because there's that much ice that fell off it. And good Thursday, well, afternoon now, it was morning, 16 minutes ago. Been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I'm supposed to meet with my teammate for, what was it? It's already been a long day. I'm supposed to meet my teammate at like 7:30 this morning to go over the presentation for forestry. And he turned out not getting down there until like 5 minutes before class started. So I got up at 6 o'clock really for nothing. Yeah. Anyway, and the day's not over yet. I'm supposed to go off and tutor a friend back at Flag High on some pre-calc as soon as I'm done with class at 2. And then it's grocery day, so I'm meeting Dad over at Fry's. Like 5:30 or something, so I can only do like 2.5 hours worth of tutoring. And then grocery shopping, probably chatting for a while with Dad until about 7:30, 8 o'clock is what it typically is. And then I have homework tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to be a really long day. But I do have on Saturday the field trip for forestry, going down to the WILDFIRE down in the Payson area. In Arizona, not Payson, Utah. But yeah, so it's going to be a really long day that day too, because we're due to leave the parking lot down there at 7 o'clock, and then she said getting back like at between 5 and 6 o'clock, hopefully no later than 6 o'clock, because it's a 5-hour tour, and then it's 2-hour drive both directions, so yeah, it's going to be a really long day. And getting there. Sorry about how long it took. I'm just finally getting last week's vlog complete and uploaded onto YouTube, so I apologize for that. I meant to get it up by Wednesday, because that seems like that turns out being an okay day, but unfortunately I didn't get around to it until this evening on Friday here, so oops, sorry about that. Yep, out here at WILDFIRE, and obviously some remnants of it, but this is Walkmore Canyon, and we're just having lunch over at Bonito Creek Estates, I think. But yeah, so it's like I said, several hand crew members died down below. So about halfway through, we'll see what the rest of it's like. We're going to be walking down there in the bottom of the canyon.
Okay, Perryville crew had just been resupplied with water, gathering around their water cans about 3,300 foot from the control road where they refilled their canteens. They returned to work about 14:19. The fire was now on the ridge above them, moving from the northwest to the southeast. Hoke and Contreras started running, and Latour was running down to his crew as burning debris started falling all around him as it got dark. Latour reached the uppermost crew members. He told them to head out and made sure everybody was moving out, bringing up the rear, walking fast rather than running as not to panic others. They could hear the fire roaring but couldn't see through the smoke, and within a few minutes they all started running. The fire was now increasing rapidly and running parallel on the slope adjacent to them as they ran, crowning through the trees. This one I noticed.
See, the one thing about the inmates is all their gear was numbered, 1 through 20. Whether it was their gloves, their pack, their pants, their helmet, everything. So it was real easy for the investigators to come across stuff and know whose gear it was and where they were and all that. And then one thing, when you look at the equipment, look at the confusion. Look at the mass confusion where all this stuff is. It's just, it was, you talk about panic, it was pure panic when those guys were in here. Because there's gear scattered everywhere.
Oh, but it is like that what I think it is?
Yep, that. So I mean, it didn't leave any green. It burned really. I mean, you can obviously see it was real intense burn.
Yeah.
Just getting back from the tour, or the ride, I suppose I should say. And yeah, a little bit sunburned, unfortunately. I didn't think I was going to be that exposed. Really nice and warm day out there, so I appreciated that. And before I forget, I wanted to say I hope you guys enjoyed this trip today. It's certainly something that's unique, so at least something that I would do that's pretty unique. Especially since I never heard of stuff like that before, so it's kind of a unique situation to begin with, even if I was part of forestry or management, fire management teams or something like that. Hope you enjoyed this whole week, especially today. So I hope you're enjoying this stuff. I guess we'll see you tomorrow then. Good night, guys. Hope you had a good week, and hope you have a good week too. That's going to hurt. That's for sure. Ow.